25 years of making music, and this album in particular, one song, Cinnamon Girl, looks at exploitation, and I just want to go over the lyrics for a moment. You say, "Cinnamon girl of mixed heritage, never knew the meaning of color lines. 9/11 turned that around when she got accused of this crime. So began the mass illusion, war on terror alibi. What's the use when the god of confusion keeps on telling the same lie?" Why is that important for you to address some of the issues that we're facing today?
Well, it seems to be the age-old problem of prejudice and misunderstanding between so-called races. I mean, I wrote a song once about a large ball, black on one side and white on the other, and if you have a person about this big only seeing that one side, that's the way they think the world is. And unfortunately, in war, there's children dying on both sides. A child dying is a child dying. I mean, we really need to look at this and think seriously about what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm. You started making music in a pre-9/11 world, and you continue on in a post-9/11 world. Is it important to you to use your music to educate, and is that why you draw on current events for some of your music?
Well, I think music, not only should it be entertaining, but it should try to uplift you in some form or fashion. I mean, I think that's the purpose of music. It's to make light of a otherwise dire situation. You know, you take music out of the world, it's going to be pretty dark.
You talk about, we just mentioned racism, exploitation, politics, sort of the ills of society, if you will. How much of your own experience as an African American is embedded in the lyrics of your music?
I almost think that we were taught race. It wasn't something that we're just born with. We all look different. We are all varied in our complexions and sizes, and you know, all that's wonderful. That's good, you know. But when we are put in boxes, I've always railed against that. So this isn't a new time. My children to be performed in front of. I just want to be the best human being I can be, on stage and off.
Could you picture the Prince that I see now in front of me in 2004? Could you see this 25 years ago when you were singing songs with some pretty explicit lyrics? And did you ever foresee this change in you?
Well,
this maturity, this evolution?
Well, I always challenge people to play one of my so-called explicit songs up against an explicit song of today. I mean, if you take some of the music off these songs of today, you've got straight pornography. And one thing I always tried to keep was sensuality in my music. It was never done in a spirit of misogyny or meanness.
You're definitely not a misogynist because you tend to employ female musicians in your band, right? Why?
That's a good question.
They're the better sex?
Watch it now, watch it now.
That's all right, you can admit that to me, because I'm a female.
Here we go. So you threw me off there. Female musicians, I think, tend to listen better, and they don't let their ego get in the way of music.
Females play better with others.
They listen better. Come on now.